time to speak some truths.
Show 2 is here. Thank you so much.
Thank you for
coming all the way here to spend some time with us this afternoon as we try to better understand TikTok.
In many ways, TikTok gives us freedom. Freedom to create, to laugh, to discover. And we can stay in tune with the world and see cats chasing laser pens at walls, right in the palm of our hands. But there's another side to TikTok, a dark side.
Was fame on TikTok a motive for a killing? A grieving family says the answer is yes.
I'm here for every fucking penny you've got.
I can't even beg no more. There is no one to beg. You're all poor.
Delete the app from your phone to protect your personal data.
It's my life. You hush. When I speak, you're quiet.
I bet your kid's ugly too.
When they say gifts, they mean money out your bank.
A side littered with extortion and begging, mental abuse, manipulation, harmful motivation, data harvesting, and child exploitation, all served with a side of AI-driven regulation. All of this on a smartphone app, which the developer's home nation doesn't even allow within their own society. This is the dark side of TikTok. So let's get one thing straight. TikTok was never Musical.ly. TikTok's parent company ByteDance launched a similar app in China called Douyin during September of 2016. This was to test their AI technology, which they had actually developed for their original app, Headlines. Now Douyin took off in less than a year, gaining a huge popularity with over 1 in 10 Chinese residents downloading the app. It was now time for ByteDance to go global, and in September 2017, TikTok was launched onto the international markets. TikTok had a steady launch, with strategic marketing campaigns, celebrity endorsements, and commercial sponsorships. However, despite costing $3 million a day, it just wasn't enough. The next step for ByteDance was the purchase of Musical.ly in November of 2017, before merging the platforms in August of the following year. It was the merge with Musical.ly which convinces you all that TikTok was about lip syncing to songs and dancing out of sync to music. In reality, this was not the long-term plan that TikTok had. TikTok's expansion grew rapidly, and today the app has currently over 1 billion active users spread across 154 countries. Now, what's the problem with this? Well, it's actually TikTok's data policy. Now, we're used to platforms harvesting our data to sell to advertisers, but with TikTok, this is just the tip of the iceberg. Now, TikTok publicly acknowledges they have access to your private information, such as your age, location, IP address, and what kind of content is giving your brain the dopamine it so desires. However, reading closely, you may be surprised to know they have access to your messages along with your browsing data. Now, this has led to many countries banning the app altogether over fears of national security. This is because the Chinese government are heavily invested in ByteDance, essentially giving the Chinese government immediate access to personal data of its global user base. TikTok is the perfect recipe of modern day desires. It offers something that many platforms can't: overnight fame. The ability to create a 15-second video and wake up with more views than a Hollywood launch. It's this constant chase of dopamine and success which is what's keeping you creating and keeping you scrolling, looking for the next short form piece of content to scratch that itch. This is called intermittent reinforcement. It's achieved when you discover content that isn't for you, so you swipe again, trying endlessly to feed your brain with dopamine. This is the same tactics employed by gambling companies to keep you at the table. You're constantly chasing that next win. With other content just a swipe away, your attention span is now that of a goldfish. If you aren't gripped within 3 seconds, you're gone. This has led to a generation of humans with the lowest ever recorded attention spans, and TikTok's fine-tuned algorithm has turned your quick scrolls into hours of binging. So with the data harvesting machine in action for several hours a day, the algorithm got to know you as a human better than you actually know yourself. This data allows them to know who, when, and how to target. Over the years, TikTok's algorithm has been heavily fine-tuned, with some people claiming the app to be scarily accurate.
Okay, listen, TikTok is getting freakily accurate with knowing information that I have no clue how the fuck it knows, and it's getting freaky at this point.
In today's day and age, TikTok has become a powerhouse when it comes to propaganda, pushing specific content across the West to influence opinions. Now, people trust TikTok so much that in 2021, it actually became the #1 search engine. People are heading to this app to find out information, leading to a huge eruption in fake news. In the last week alone, I've personally stumbled across 2 creators who have had fake death notices issued, which has led to multiple memorial videos on the platform.
TikTok star Ed Matthews has been pronounced dead at the scene after a high-speed accident in Essex.
Not letting us in. It's not letting the 2 biggest studs in my better end.
The levels of trust and the constant chase of dopamine has led to this platform being one of the biggest addictions society lives with to date. The downside to this addiction is users keep scrolling, keep creating, and keep commenting, and with thousands of videos being uploaded every hour, TikTok have lost the ability to appropriately moderate the platform. The little moderation that does exist is far from faultless. The majority of moderation is AI powered, however, it does have a human team to back it up. Saying that, TikTok as a whole have been very slow to respond, leaving dangerous challenges to trend globally, sadly costing the lives of many people.
It's a TikTok challenge taking a tragic turn. A Rome family believes a 10-year-old boy is dead because of a dangerous trend. The social media stunt encourages kids to stop themselves from breathing until they pass out.
Yeah, the so-called blackout challenge has been linked to several deaths.
When a teenager sadly lost his own life during a live stream, TikTok took almost 3 hours to notify the police. It took just minutes to notify their PR agency. TikTok's AI capabilities are so powerful, it can often determine what content you want to see before you actually realize it yourself. If you're feeling low and depressed, you're naturally going to pay attention to sad and depressing content. TikTok then understands your mindset and will serve you more and more of this. Before you know it, you're 45 minutes in and your mental state is worsening by the minute. With business comes bills, and when you're burning millions a day, it's not sustainable. Now, monetization was a priority, and in 2019, TikTok Live was introduced to the world. A platform which allows creators to go live and participate in battles to earn money. The Live platform has a catalogue of virtual gifts, all ranging from a cent to $500 plus. Users can send gifts to creators who are involved in a 70-30 split with TikTok in the company's favour. These gifts come in the form of diamonds, which the creator can exchange for real money. We're not talking pennies here.
You can make a lot of money. I made £40,000 on it in a week, 1 week, on the leaderboard.
We're talking serious amounts of money. There's 2 very real problems here: the begs and the vulnerable. You see, the more you gift, the higher your gifting ranking. The more gifts you receive, the higher you sit on the weekly ranking board. Now, this has led to a community dubbed TikTok Begs, who are all in very fierce competition for #1 spot. The TikTok Begs are a community of people who sit on TikTok Live for sometimes 10 hours a day, battling for gifts and, as they call it, support. Some even go as far as blocking any viewers or fans who refuse to hand over their hard-earned cash.
It's only 500 coins, Jack. If you can't afford $4.99, then I've got no time for you.
There's also an Amazon wish list for me. There's a sofa on it. If someone does buy me the sofa, they're going to get mentioned in every single live. Not only that.
Can anyone send a cricket bat?
Yes, Corey! Yes, Corey! Rich people only, let's go. Tamsin, keep blocking them. Rich people only, let's go. And she's sitting there, never gifted me a fucking rose in her life, acting like she pays for my fucking nails and my lips and my fucking eyebrows. You ain't paid for shit, honey.
The greed is there for all to see, with some creators flaunting their inherited wealth, which has been extorted from potentially vulnerable people in a pressure selling like way.
Did you say this is not a job?
This is a fucking job. Do you understand? This is a job, right? And guess what? It pays more than a doctor, more than a nurse, more than your fucking gynecologist or whatever the fuck you want to call them, yeah?
Yeah, it's not getting, like, you're not doing well at home. You're not doing well at home. That's what it is. Your missus is laughing at you. And then she comes and watches G instead. It's not my fault.
Now this is where it gets real. I want to talk about one of many victims I've met on this app. I want to call him Gary. His name has been changed to protect his identity. Gary suffers from mental health issues, depression, and spends his days feeling alone and unwanted. Gary started communicating with TikTok creators on their live streams, almost in a desperate plea to make friends and feel included. Within no time at all, he was sucked in, and in late 2022, Gary's debts had risen to north of $35,000, maxing out credit cards, payday loans, and even PayPal credit and his own salary. If you look at the concept of TikTok battles, it's very similar to gambling at a casino. The difference is, you can actually win at a casino. The only thing Gary won himself was a community of fake friends who would purposely invite him to their live streams in hope they'd gain financially from his depression-fueled drunken behaviours. The only winners in this casino is TikTok and its creators. When you take a closer look at these TikTok begs, you'll notice striking similarities between them. Narcissistic personality disorder. If you've ever met a narcissist, you'll know they have an inflated sense of self-worth. They'll happily manipulate a situation to get what they want, and they won't care about any destruction they leave behind. I was recently sent an audio recording of a private phone call between a few creators who have been accused of begging. This phone call was nothing more than a directors-like meeting discussing how they can manipulate you out of more money.
What's in the bank, Ollie? I think it's 70. Let's get the numbers. Let's go live. Get the numbers to like 700 and drop a line, and everyone needs to act surprised. Everyone's so surprised when the line comes, because we might get some random to try and be top gifter.
During this recording, you can hear them talking about sharing money so they can then have somebody come into their live, gift big, in attempts to motivate and inspire other people to get in on the action. I go live frequently, but with the sole purpose of having laughs and meeting new people. In fact, I actively discourage gifting against myself during the times where I forget to turn off gifts. Unfortunately, you have to manually enter the settings and turn gifts off before every single live. This is easily forgotten about. I have never asked and never will ask or take money. This is not a job, it's an entertainment platform which has become a playground for extortion. As you increase your presence on TikTok Live, you'll be contacted by so-called agencies. These agencies are simply companies that are partnered with TikTok to lure you into signing to their agency with the promises that they'll increase your viewership and contribute to gifts. They also promise to protect your account and prevent bans and restrictions in exchange for a commitment to a specific amount of time spent on live, battling away, earning more money for all involved. Gary's family doesn't know about his debts, just like many families don't know about their own loved ones' gambling addictions that they may be hiding away. Amongst the TikTok community, there's culprits who are highlighted more than others. Take CLA, a self-titled artist who has upset many people and businesses through her aggressive approach to staff, harassing innocent members of the public, and acting in an irresponsible way.
I've rinsed everyone.
Wake up with no fucking mum and dad, you bitch.
Die, bitch. Go and slit your wrists and fuck off.
I'm gonna report you to the police. You're gonna get arrested.
That's correct.
CLA's honest. Anyone want? I scammed a lot of you. I scammed all your money. I got it all. Roots, what are you gonna do? Nothing. Now shut up.
Chelsea also gave us a rather inappropriate live stream on Instagram. And yes, I did need to blur this. Now it's important to note that this creator has stated publicly she suffers from bipolar and mental health issues. Now, I'm mentioning CLA for a reason. If this is the case, why are TikTok allowing vulnerable creators to continue to behave in this manner? They're damaging TikTok, the viewer, and most likely increasing the decline of CLA's mental health. It's not like TikTok aren't aware of her presence. She's regularly banned for a period of time, only to switch onto several backup accounts to continue creating chaos. It's not just live streams where the vulnerable are targeted. The app is littered with opportunities of extortion, grooming, and manipulating. Now anybody can create a TikTok account. Anybody at all. TikTok has become a notorious hunting ground for groomers and sexual predators. There's numerous stories of predators using GIFs as a way into the direct messages of the younger generation. So why is TikTok so attractive to predators first of all? Well, you don't have to scroll very far to find the kind of content they may be interested in. The once child-friendly app has become a billboard for adult content creators, creating content with the sole purpose of converting them into paying customers on their explicit platforms. Young girls still in school uniforms are being bombarded almost daily with comments from older men promising financial freedom and essentially, I quote, a sugar daddy. Exposing these young boys and girls to this side of the world is detrimental to the physical and mental health of these young people, along with potentially educating the younger generation on how to talk and treat others. The TikTok live begs are known to actively share GIFs, but what about predators sharing victims? There's been multiple accounts of image trading, and many of these accounts still appear on the platform today. Men posing as young boys and girls directly asking who wants to trade nude images, and this is just the public face of it. Imagine what goes on behind closed doors. Now if TikTok is to ban their accounts, they create another one and they're back within minutes. This isn't just a TikTok issue. This technique can be found across multiple social networking sites. However, TikTok is currently the biggest platform due to the popularity of this app amongst the younger generation. TikTok is best described as a powerhouse. The data they have about you goes beyond the reasonable level of data required to serve you relevant content, and the exploitation of vulnerable people has been going on far too long. Gary isn't alone. I personally know him and I help him where possible, but seeing him go through life feeling like he no longer wants to exist is partially the fault of TikTok, but it's also a huge responsibility that needs to be placed at the door of the creators who are continuing to pressure for GIFs.
Snipe, 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 snipe. Snipe, 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 snipe. Ah!
Am I alone with my views? No.
These people on these TikTok lives, yeah, and they're just begging for gifts.
Yeah.
What is that about?
It's about money, innit?
Yeah, I know that's what I mean, but like, where do morals come into play?
I think moral comes into play when you've got no money.
Yeah.
And then you get rid of the morals and start bringing in the money.
I, like many others, have received abuse and even threats of violence for calling out individuals' behaviour on this social media app. The begging, manipulating, harassment and outright extortion has to stop now.
So do you have all the correct papers to be here and everything? Thank you, Tilly. Thanks, Jem.
What made you ask me that question?
Because I'm doing my checks.
We have to do more to protect children and keep the wrong uns of this world away from social media. As for TikTok, it's time they get to grips with this platform. The machine they have created is being abused, much like many of their users. The rankings are a pressure-selling weapon which is pushing vulnerable people into taking on debts to support contentless content creators who are boasting about collecting more money in a week than those who work hard saving lives and making the world a better place than they take home in a year. If you share my views and want to support me, I would deeply appreciate a like on this video and a subscription to my channel. It's completely free. And if you're as passionate as I am, please share this video. Let's get as many people around the world aware of the dangers going on within this platform. I believe the future of TikTok is limited. With regular petitions to ban the app completely, websites solely focused on the death of TikTok as a platform, and mainstream media continuing to highlight the unfortunate frequent incidents, the days are limited. I'm not saying it has months to live, but do I think TikTok is around in 5 years? No, certainly not to the extent that it is today. I think we need to do the right things here. Parents, it's time to educate our children on the real dangers hidden behind this propaganda machine. Only gift what you want to gift, not what you feel you need to gift. And for crying out loud, don't be turning off the heating so some stranger on the internet can see a lion roar.